it was pretty much instant what happened. I realised straight away that something wasn't right. So obviously my dad being a paramedic, he knew exactly what to do straight away, which was obviously good in the situation. But like straight away I felt sick, so I was sick straight away, which like made it worse in a way because like it started like closing my throat up, felt like, and then we realised that I needed the Jex pen, and that pretty much like straight into the reaction. And then like because my lip was swelling up, everything went down really quickly and I was able to breathe and everything was all right after that. And the sickness continued for a little bit.
Okay.
It was really quick.
Okay. Niamh, can you tell me what you're allergic to, and do you know what you'd eaten to cause the reaction?
I'm allergic to peanuts from what we know, and I'd had a curry from takeaway.
Okay.
But we because we're always very, very careful about, you know, checking what's in them. And they did tell us that there were almonds in there. Now we have sort of introducing her to nuts. For example, she can now eat hazelnuts. She eats hazelnuts fine. And she'd never had a whole almond, but she tried marzipan and had like, you know, the bagel, the cherry bagels. Yeah. So we actually thought, oh, she's okay with almonds. Afterwards, we thought how silly we were because, you know, we're not daft. We know that often almonds in curries can sometimes contain peanut paste because they'd padded out, and it was sort of like an oversight. You know, it was one of those. Normally, we're just so careful, but that day we thought, oh no, almonds, she's fine, and we got it.
And the feelings that you're saying about, you know, how could we have let that happen by lots of other parents as well, or lots of young people need as well. Did you feel responsible, Louise?
Yes, because I thought, why on earth we're so careful. Well, you know, when we go out to eat and when we order takeaways, and we've, you know, heard reports of people who've gone to a takeaway and ordered food that usually is okay, but you know, the ingredients have changed and they forgot to check again. So we always check, to the point where people get to know us. You know, the ice cream bloke in Bamber, you know, he laughs because we still remind him every time we go in that she's got a peanut allergy. So yeah.
Niamh, when you were talking, you said it was really instant. You were obviously with mum and dad at the time.
Yeah.
Was it scary for you when that was happening?
Yeah, yes and no, because I didn't immediately think I was having a severe reaction until afterwards, when the doctors had said, oh yeah, you had a severe reaction. But it was like my dad and my sister especially were panicking a lot, and I was wondering, oh, what's so wrong? And then like it started to close and I was like, okay, but I still didn't think it was a severe reaction for some reason.
And if that happened again now, having experienced it once, do you feel you'd know what was happening the next time?
Yeah, I think I know straight away.
Yeah. Was it Dad who gave the adrenaline pen to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you feel the needle at all? Because that's something that worries a lot of people when they get it.
Yeah. Well, I've like, obviously this was the first reaction I've had, and I was absolutely terrified. And I've had like needles, I've had like the flu jabs and everything like throughout my life, but I was really worried about this needle, and I shouldn't have been, because it's just a tiny little pinch and it feels like the training EpiPens.
Okay, and that's really important, I think, for lots of people to know, because they imagine that it's going to be something really awful, and that actually stops them perhaps using the EpiPen sometimes, or makes them very worried about it. So I think that's an important message for us to share with other people. And you said that the EpiPen, the adrenaline, worked really quickly. You know, how can you give us an idea? Was it fairly immediate, or was it a couple of minutes?
It was immediately after. I felt my lip, because my lip got really swollen. I felt that
immediate.
Okay. Like it was really, really quick.
you know, with hindsight and reflecting on it, we're not pleased it happened, but I'm pleased that now Niamh she's aware, she's going to recognise instantly if that happens again. And one of my big concerns was she's getting older, she goes out with friends, she's getting to the age where we can leave her at home on our own when we go out. And I feel quite confident now that she would recognise it and she would even administer the Jex herself. The fear's gone from that, and even for me, because I was, you know, quite concerned, think, oh, the last thing I want to do is, you know, stab my child with a needle like that. But you know, I was lucky because my husband was in at the time. But I don't think any of us, even my older daughter, because she was very at the time, but I think she would feel confident to do it as well.
What happened afterwards, after you'd given the injection, Dad had given the injection and you were feeling better? What did either Mum or Dad do then? Did they call anybody?
The ambulance was called before the EpiPen.
It was sort of done simultaneously.
Okay.
My husband was, you know, phoned and administered the adrenaline, so they arrived.
He knew what was happening. Like I remember when I came home, he said, "I knew you were having a bad allergic reaction, but I was just trying to make it as calm as you possibly can."
Yeah. And so the ambulance came, and then you were taken to hospital, Niamh. And what happened in hospital when you arrived in hospital?
During my reaction, I had scratched like all of my around my collarbone and everything.
Okay.
From the reaction, that was another thing. Like it was really, really irritating on my skin, and like I came up in scratches. Like they were like they were just like actual
covered
scratches.
in hives.
Yeah, I started getting hives, but I had like scratches all over us from it, and I had hives later on. And I continued to be sick because I think, well, my body was just rejecting it. After my reaction, the worst part of it was afterwards when I felt really, really sick. It was like the worst sickness pain I felt, but it wouldn't go away, and so I had so they gave us an anti-sickness which took away the pain like instantly again. But like I'd say, I don't know if this happens with all reactions or not, but that's something that should be used because it.
Okay. So the sickness was really horrible for you.
Yeah.
And actually having something that took that away made you feel a lot better. So that's an important thing for us to understand, that needs to be helped as well, because that would have made you feel horrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.